Sou Ana David Mendes, trabalhei durante 22 anos como museóloga e curadora no Museu da Imagem em Movimento. Os últimos 5 anos tenho trabalhado como curadora numa galeria de arte contemporânea e neste momento estou a fazer o doutoramento em arte contemporânea e sou investigadora neste momento no SICANT, no projeto Curiositas, e tenho trabalhado desde 2019 com o Bantjes.
And I'm Bantjes. I'm a professor of sociology from Nova Scotia, Canada. And for more than a decade now, I've been working in an interdisciplinary way, taking a social science look, but also a philosophical history of epistemology, history of theories of perception, but also an engagement with physical objects of representation and mediation of the past. In the first section, we talk about Renaissance conceptions of representation and perception, organized around people's investigations of the camera obscura and what in the Renaissance was this newly discovered technique of representation, linear perspective. So where Anna and I overlap is an interest in 18th century technologies, and you see an example behind us. It's a very simple technology in a way. It's a device for viewing an image through a biconvex lens. So the mediation is quite simple. And what you look at is a copper plate engraving. But both of these artifacts have a lot of richness to them, as we've learned by our research. So I've read a lot of historic texts trying to understand how in the 18th century they thought that a simple biconvex lens could transform this flat image into what for them was a completely immersive 3D experience. It was kind of like the 18th century VR, virtual reality for them. But what starts to happen in history is that these ideas, there are problems and anomalies that sort of emerge, and artists and philosophers who think about or work with imagery, think about perception, or work with imagery, start to uncover problems. So the first day was talking about that clear, simple, early paradigm. The second day is talking more about the critiques and the problems and the new technological innovations which emerge. So the second session is about the critiques and the new technologies, but also about us testing some of the theories that they had about why this lens does what it does. Does it actually create an illusion of 3D? And if so, why? And so we've set up some of the devices in such a way that we can actually test those theories. And we've engaged the students in a process both of learning, so it's been a pedagogic exercise for them, but also of collaborating in research. So they are research collaborators for us in this investigation.
We started by studying the viewed optic, because the idea is that we have several kinds of viewed optic, and we had not a precise idea of what objects, like optical boxes, they belong to. And so we start to make some analysis from the documents, and we understand that we have the title of the color engraving, and we have the title also upside down. So this indicates that it was to be mediated by a zograscope, or for an optical box with a 45 angle mirror connected to a lenses.
So we're engaging students by an open process. And we're inviting them to be co-investigators, and we hope to learn from them as well as they investigate. And the pedagogy is also the same pedagogy that worked for us. We've been attracted to this history and its importance, partly because of the love we have for seductive objects, and we hope to seduce others with these beautifully produced objects. Today is also, for me though, the last of kind of 3 parts of an exploration of the development of ideas about how we perceive, but more importantly, how accurate, how well can we trust not only what we see, but the mediations. And this is a 21st century problem because we know that all of us know the world through highly complex mediation.